Hey guys, it's Adam. Here we are getting done brewing a batch of compost tea. This time I tried something a little different. I took my own compost and I also mixed it with some of the Boogie Brew compost tea. I didn't use the burlap bag. I just made an aerated tea and I used the compost and everything. Just a little, I don't know, a test, but just trying something different. I kind of don't understand. Why do you need the burlap bag? I grow in 100% compost, so why not just take this humus and the bits of compost and everything that I'm using to make the tea and just put this all in the garden. So today I'm not doing being I didn't use the burlap bag, I'm not doing a foliar feeding, especially being it rained pretty good yesterday. Generally when it rains, the following day, while the soil's all moist, I like to add the compost tea, because then it kind of sits in the soil a little longer right at the root base and gives the plants a little bit more chance to absorb it. So about to add some, and we'll just take a little video and show you what I do. Alright. There you go. That first bag with the little starts in it: lettuce, beets, turnips, Swiss chard, carrots, and cabbage growing in there. Over here to the left you can see some of the blueberry plants. My middle bed over here, I still have a bunch of tomatoes, tomatillos, some poblano and habanero, Thai chili peppers, some collard greens, some kale, Malabar spinach, and the third bed over here. Right now I got some sugar snap peas, lettuce, dinosaur kale, collard greens, a mix of peppers. I did have cucumbers in there, broccoli at one point. Just as things die off, I just plant new stuff. So these are 3 4x8 beds that I made, 18 inches tall. I have them 22 inches apart. They're made with deck planking that I've rubbed out in linseed oil, with 4x4 post sunk into the ground about 6 inches so they can't shift. I then lined each box up about 2 inches or 3 inches or so from the top with plastic, so no moisture or water touches the back side of the wood. Help keep them from rotting early. That's what I'm going to do right now. I just have logs as a border for the blueberries, and I'm going to take one row of this deck planking and 4x4s. I'm going to line the blueberries probably in the spring. It is the middle of September already, and then probably somewhere over here I might do in the spring, maybe this fall, I don't know, another 4x8 bed. And then over here, somewhere in this clearing over here, I think I'm going to do a 4x4. That's really it. I mean, anyone who hasn't watched any of my other videos, right now I'm using a product that I really enjoy. It's the Boogie Brew products. I use their compost teas. I get C90 from them, which is a salt. It's enriched with all sorts of, it's like 90 plus trace elements and minerals. My beds are filled with 100% compost, vermiculite, sphagnum peat moss, and azomite rock minerals or rock dust. And I only use 100% organic materials in my beds, no chemicals. I use a modified version of the square foot gardening method. I plant everything pretty close. And as you can see, everything's pretty healthy. Like I said, here it is the middle of September, and I still have flowers on my tomatoes, pumping out a ton of fruit. Still getting a ton of production out of my Malabar spinach. I mean, monster collards, big dinosaur cow, peppers. I mean, look, I'm still getting flowers on my, oh, well, that's going to be a cute eggplant soon. I mean, I'm still getting eggplants. Tons of tomatillos. So, what do we got down here? Look at this big beast. Still, oh yeah. Nice. So, that's what we got. So here we go back to the tea. What I do is I source feed like a 12-ounce cup, and carry the bucket over, and I'll show you what I do. Quiet down, Lorraine. This is serious business. I don't know if you can see on the camera right now, but I'm just getting this first row of lettuce. I poured 2 of those 12-ounce cups right over the top of them. Then I'll take this row of beets, and this row of beets. This row of beets. And this row. I give them a nice dose of food. Infused in this, like I said, is my compost. The Boogie Brew compost tea. A little bit of C90. A little bit of azomite. And I mixed in a little kelp powder for a little boost on the root growth. Get this Swiss chard. A little boost to the basil. A little boost to the strawberries. Cabbages. Where I think I need to. I do this pretty much this time of the year for the newer plants, once a week. Get the lettuce one more time. There we go. Over here for the blueberries, you can see I've top dressed and amended the soils everything a little bit with some of my own compost that I've been getting out of my compost bins. Since the middle of September, they've been going since May or June. I turn the compost every 2 to 3 days, so this stuff broke down pretty quick and got pretty nice. So I amended the blueberries with that. We'll come over here and give these guys a little boost. I planted these guys, I don't know, about a month or so ago. They were clearanced, and they were hurting pretty bad. So I never grew blueberries before. So we'll see. Hopefully everything's pretty good. You know, I brought them back to life. They look pretty good. I'm starting to get new growth, and you see all the new shoots coming off of this one, and all the new growth. And this one was really hurting, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to do much with her. Hopefully, it'll be nice. We'll come over and give this guy a cup. One more time for these guys. And the only reason I'm doing this, some people say, oh, you shouldn't feed the blueberries this late. You can promote a second growth, second fruiting. I just want to get their roots pretty sustained and fed. I want to accelerate a little bit of root growth because it's supposed to be pretty cold winter up here on Long Island, and I hate to see these guys winter kill. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I'll do with these. I probably got 1.5 gallons or so left in there, and another 5 gallons, and I'll spot source each one of my plants. Like I said, I'll give a cup to each tomato plant. I mean, I'm still getting tons of green tomatoes. I'm still getting flowers here, middle of September. I mean, because of the compost teas and everything I'm using, I'm like, look at the size of these collards. Huge. Dino kale's beautiful. Sugar snaps I just planted. I mean, look at the size of these things already taking off. Lettuce I just planted. Thinning it out a little bit. Pulling some up here and there just to give some of them some room. And that's it. Parsley still kicking butt. The herbs in the pots are starting to fade out, but I mean, it's pretty simple, folks. All natural, no miracle crap, no other Monsanto chemicals or oil derivatives. All natural, and I mean, we've been eating fresh all spring and summer. Now it's the fall. So and here's another thing real quick I like to show everyone. There we go. Some paper bags I'll save in there. Some cardboard and paper bags that I top layered this with. I got some produce today from a local farmer's market that I'll mix some greens in there on top of that tonight, from the beets and other things we purchased, corn, and I'll give that a mix either tonight or tomorrow. I got that cooking at about on a day like today, and it rained pretty good yesterday. It's probably 140, 150 degrees in the center of that. And this is kind of the finished product of what we've been getting. That's some pretty stuff, man. It's still pretty warm, still pretty nice stuff. Plants seem to like it, so it's easy stuff. Something I think everyone should do. Makes you feel better about yourself. Take all those kitchen scraps and you'd be surprised how much stuff you actually throw out and throw into the landfills that you can actually just use to feed your plants, that feed you, to feed your plants again. You know, it's like recycling at its best. So there we go, guys. Hope you enjoy, and like I said, you know, do yourself a favor and get into composting. Get into using compost teas. Really makes a world of difference. There's a lot of easy ways to grow a successful garden. I mean, I had been gardening for a lot of years, but this is the first time with the raised beds, and real simple, real successful without a lot of work. I mean, anyone who's seen any of my other videos, you'll see I have the kids out here helping me all the time. You know, weeding, looking for bugs, and it's pretty low maintenance, and it's a lot of fun. And I mean, shit, if I could do it, anyone could do it. So have fun, and welcome to our garden.